Opetaia versus David Nyika. Let's talk about what happened in this fight. I thought it was going to be a barn burner. It turned out to be just that. Very entertaining fight for as long as it lasted the whole 4 rounds of it. Both combatants came out looking to assert authority. And even though Opetaia was visibly shorter, smaller, he was definitely stockier, and he definitely carried the most power of the two. And he exhibited this very early on in the fight. Throwing punches in bunches, throwing big, heavy shots throughout. And where David Nyika tried to keep up, what Opetaia did was keep David out of his comfort zone. David has the longer reach and he's the taller guy, so he wants to keep Jai at the end of his punches. But Jai closed the distance and made it a close range, mid-range type of fight, stifling David's work where he couldn't release his power sufficiently. But Jai was in his sweet spot and was letting go of flurries of heavy-duty shots. And in the 4th round, it took its toll. With a nice, sharp, short, it's like a hook-turned uppercut, Opetaia sent David Nyika to the canvas for the first time. And even though David showed courage and strength by getting back up to continue the fight, you could tell that the end was definitely near. And a short while later, after a barrage of shots that came in from Opetaia, he ended up knocking him out devastatingly in that 4th round. And that was the end of the fight. No sooner had this fight finished were there shouts and cries for Opetaia to now face Zurdo Ramirez, the unified champion at this weight class, which would be a very good fight. I'll talk about that fight another time if they decide to make that fight happen. I don't really want to talk about fights that are not happening. Unless I'm excited and I want the fight to happen, then I'll review it in a sense. But if it's not happening, I'm not going to talk about the fight. But I will say that it seemed like people went back in time to watch this fight, because it's like as soon as my guy hit the canvas, on social media everywhere was Opetaia's picture with his hand raised and quotes with him saying he's coming for Zurdo Ramirez and his belts. He wants those belts. Those belts are his. He's like, I'm coming for your belts. I'm going to make your belts my belts. Sounds good. And it's interesting. And I hope they do make the fight. Matchroom can do a deal with Golden Boy and get this fight happening. They both fight on the zone. And Rehab season will pay these guys sufficiently according to their wants and needs per se. So let's make that fight happen. But well done to both guys. I think David Nyika put himself on the map with this fight. He didn't get to do his work as he wanted to because his range was being stifled. But maybe this will lead on to better things, bigger and better things for David Nyika going forward. But well done, Opetaia. Retaining your belt, staying IBF and Ring Magazine champion in the Cruiserweight division. And I'll see you guys in the next video.